As 2020 starts to wind down and come to an end, I think we're all happy about that, I decided to come up with a list of my top 10 most complimented scents of this year. Bear in mind, part of that year I wasn't around a whole lot of people, so this list is kind of sporadic, kind of all over the place, so you won't hear of a few of them I might normally wear. These are ones that I wore and I got great reactions from. So if you're looking for something that's gonna do that for you and something that may not be what you would normally see on one of these lists, stay tuned. What's going on, everybody? My name is Joshua and this is our channel, Scent Sense. Our loyal subscribers and the people who continue to come back every time these videos are put out. To you fine folks, wherever you may be, thank you so much. And to all you new people who are maybe undecided and can't decide what you want to do, stop being like Nevada. Make up your mind. Just joking with you right there. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Go ahead and leave a comment letting me know what you like about the channel, what you don't like about the channel. That way we can improve. And while you're at it, go ahead and like the video and go ahead and share it with everybody so they'll learn more about this channel just like you did. Jumping right into the list, we'll start off with my number 10 fragrance of my most complimented fragrances of 2020. At number 10 is a forgotten flanker of the Amen line. It's often overlooked and often dismissed to the back of the fragrance shelf. From the house of Mugler and the Amen line, Kryptomint. Kryptomint is my favorite from the line. You get that original DNA, but you add the note of mint. So think York peppermint patty. You take the mint that's introduced and the DNA of the Amen, normal DNA, add that together. You got chocolate, mint, patchouli. It's just really, really good. It's very fresh. Usually the Amen fragrances lean more towards a thicker and denser and less fresh accord. This one brings a fresh note to it. Coming in at number 10 from the house of Mugler, Kryptomint. At number 9 is a fragrance that I own only one from this fragrance house, and this was suggested to me by Ashton, not directly, but through his videos, just like you. And this one right here, in my opinion, is a poor man's version of Office for Men. From the house of Miyake, Le Super Major de Issey. I like to call this Super Major because it's like all over the place. It sounds like a Dragon Ball Z attack, you know, Super Major to say. As Ashton said, this has a fuzzy synthetic smell to it. I'm sure it's not what they intended to do, but this has the same vibe that I get from Office for Men. This can be had for super cheap off of FragranceNet, Fragrance Buy, one of those websites. So if you're looking for an alternative to Office for Men because you like that vibe, or you're looking for something that's super fresh and that will work, all those synthetic, reach for Le Super Major d'Issey at number 9. At number 8 is a fragrance that brought citruses to a super potent mint fragrance that's super popular. This fragrance's older brother is the most popular sold fragrance online today. I know this because I've done the research. Coming in at number 8 from the house of Versace, Versace Eros Flame. Versace Eros Flame brings spiciness and citruses to a super powerful, super potent mint fragrance. This fragrance can be super dense, or actually the original could be super dense, but this adds a little bit lightness and freshness with those citrus notes. The main citrus note in this is mandarin, and this one really, really works. I must admit, after the first hour or so, this kind of dries down to exactly what the original is, but it's just a little bit lighter. It's a little bit more presentable. It's a little bit easier to swallow, if you will. In the house of Versace at number 8, Versace Eros Flame. At number 7 is another flanker from a line that is often cast to the side, pushed to the back of the shelf, and dismissed as whack. This is my favorite sport fragrance out there, and I think it's a lot better than the original of this fragrance, mainly because they removed the note of iris, and in my opinion, iris doesn't belong in a sport fragrance. At number 7 from the house of Christian Dior, Dior Homme Sport. This is the 2017 edition. This, as I said, highlights more the blood orange and shies away from that iris note. I really believe I'm one of the very few people who've spoken about this fragrance. I'm pretty sure I'm one of the ones who've talked about it the most in the past. There are some new people who are jumping on the train, but this one right here possesses everything you need in a sport fragrance. You get freshness, dependability, and quality. That's what Dior brings to the line, is that quality, but the freshness is really highlighted because there's no iris to bring that powdery nature and kind of rob it of its sporty, freshy vibe. At number 7 from the house of Christian Dior, Dior Homme Sport. At number 6 is a poor man's Invictus Aqva. This fragrance is just super clean, super easy to wear, and everyone around you will like it. At number 6 from the house of Mont Blanc, Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. Mont Blanc Legend Spirit is a great cheap fragrance. This is pretty much a poor man's Invictus Aqva. If you want the original Aqva, you're gonna pay out the butt, and if you want to get the newer version of it, it's kind of leaves you wanting. This won't leave you wanting, or if it does, at least it's for a lot less money. Looking for a dependable, easy to wear, easy to grab, mass appealing, super compliment getting fragrance from the house of Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. At number 5 is a fragrance that was released in 2016 from the house of Guerlain. This was the eau de parfum version of an earlier fragrance. This one is a spicy mint and lime, fresh, gentlemanly fragrance from the house of Guerlain, Guerlain Homme eau de parfum. This is the one I wear when I want to feel a little more sophisticated, a little more mature, but still lend credence to a freshie, an easy to wear, easily accepted fragrance. This right here is what I would say is an easy introduction to the house of Guerlain. A lot of Guerlain fragrances are really challenging. Some of them are older, some of them are not as modern, and this one really strikes a chord, in my opinion, with both people who like the older fragrances from Guerlain and people who are trying to jump into it, who are new to fragrances. This one really works with people who are above the age of 30 to 35. This is what I wear, like I said, when I'm around more mature folks, and I've gotten a ton of compliments because the mint and lime really work well together and give you something that's just not out there with these new everyday fragrances. At number 5 from the house of Guerlain, Guerlain Homme eau de parfum. At number 4 is a fragrance you've heard me talk about a lot lately. It's been featured in a couple videos, but that's because it's just really working for me right now. At number 4 from the house of Viktor and Rolf, Viktor and Rolf's Spicebomb Fresh. Spicebomb Fresh is a easy to wear, much more mass appealing version of the original Spicebomb. This is less cloying, less thick, much fresher, lighter, just can be worn in a lot more occasions. Sadly, it's been discontinued. I don't know why. Viktor and Rolf, I've mentioned it on Instagram, you've commented back on it, and you know my love for this. So I will start a plea amongst all of us frag heads. Please bring it back, because it's really working. I've got a full bottle, so I feel like I've got enough time, but I'd like everyone to enjoy this and not at such astronomical internet prices. From the house of Viktor and Rolf, Spicebomb Fresh. Yet again, another disenfranchised fragrance, one that is often looked as second rate compared to its much more popular brother, Aqva Amara. This was the originator. Without this one, there is no Aqva Amara. Therefore, in my opinion, this one's better. No, that's not why. I just really enjoy this one better. This is a much more masculine, less citrus-based version of that fragrance from the house of Bvlgari, Bvlgari's Aqva. Sea salty freshness, a slight seaweed vibe, so you get a little bit of earthiness, a freshie with a salty approach. This is Bvlgari's Aqva Amara without that orange smell, which in my opinion kind of smells like toilet bowl cleaner. This keeps a highlighted note on the freshness, on the saltiness, and just the masculinity of the fragrance. At number 3 from the house of Bvlgari, Bvlgari's Aqva Pour Homme. At number 2 is a fragrance that will be on a lot of lists, so I'm not even gonna try to act like I'm super unique in my list, because I have a couple that everyone's gonna like, and you know why? Because everyone likes them. This is one of the most complimented fragrances in my arsenal. This is Versace Pour Homme on crack. This is Allure Homme Sport on crack. This is Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. Take the tonka that's in both, take the slight powdery nature, amp it up. This is a fall version, in my opinion, of Allure Homme Sport. This is sweeter, slightly more seductive, and a lot less fresh than the counterpart, which is Allure Homme Sport. But this one really gets girls' attention. And I'm sure there are a few guys out there that like it too. You know, teach us up. This is a staple in a lot of people's rotations. This is something I wore early this year. I haven't really got a whole lot of time with it recently. I plan on wearing it in the next few days. This is something that really just works. From the house of Chanel, Chanel's Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. So what you've all came for, the #1 most complimented fragrance of my 2020 year, has to be one that none of you are probably gonna guess. In fact, go ahead, pause the video, put a comment in the comment section below what you think my #1 was. At #1 is yet another flanker. This one is one that has just recently been put out, and this is one that I think brings the old school, greatest of all time fragrance to the forefront in a new and modern way. Bring in a little bit of earthiness, bring in a little more of a modern touch. From the house of Giorgio Armani at #1, Aqva de Jo Profondo. No, I did not mispronounce that. It is not Profumo. This is Profondo. Profondo is an earthier, more herbal version of what you get from the original. This lends more towards the strength of the original formulations of the original, but this one has a more earthy vibe to it. This one gives you a little more something, a little more sharpness, a little more earthiness, a little more dirtiness, if you will. This doesn't smell like a super fresh bomb like the original did. It does, but it does lend credence, like I said, to those newer notes that really put this over the top. The best part of this is a lot of people will smell you and they will be very confused because they're gonna think, that's Gio, right? And then you tell them it's a flanker and you have this long conversation with them. And it's kind of fun because as a frag head, you get to explain what a flanker is. Easily, without a doubt, the one that got me the most noticed, and I'm pretty sure it's because it smelled a lot like the original. From the house of Giorgio Armani at #1, Aqva de Jo Profondo. All right, everybody, if you've made it to this point of the video, that leads me to believe that you've enjoyed what you've seen. So if you did, go ahead and show me you liked it by clicking that like button. And then go ahead and click the subscription button and then click the little bell next to it. And that will let you know when my videos come out. And while you're at it, leave a comment in the section below letting me know what are your most complimented fragrances, what are ones from this list that you feel don't get enough attention, and just how was your day today? All right, man, enough of that. Thank you again so much for stopping by. And as always, and most importantly, I'll smell each and every one of you later. Peace.